What's going on, guys? So in this video, I'm going to talk to you about the best ways to make money with Go High Level. Specifically, what does your offer look like? What are the tangibles? What are the deliverables? How are you pricing? How are you packaging? What services or features are you going to be providing? What aren't you going to be providing? This is really the first step that you need to get clear on when you're launching your marketing agency. So I'm going to cover the top 2 offers that I've used in the last 5 years to make money, and then the top 2 that I think would absolutely crush it right now. I'll cover the pricing, the strategy, and the market product fit. But first, if you don't know who I am, my name's Adam Lucky. I started my first business, which was a gym, in 2010. Somehow managed to make that work and sell it in 2019, which is when I started my digital marketing agency, which is what I've been doing now for the last 5 years. I love it. It's a lot of fun. My whole goal with this channel is to bring you along my journey, to show you what's working, what's not working, and to really help people create true freedom in their lives by building a business and a life that they actually love. So if that resonates with you, then hit the like and subscribe button. It really helps. All right, so this is not an exhaustive list of all the ways you can make money with Go High Level. This is just a few ways that I've had experience doing it myself. I'm going to give you the pros and the cons of each type of model. That way you can get some clarity and hopefully save yourself a lot of trouble. So the first model is really the good old traditional white label SaaS, right? So software as a service. So I just put software without a service here. This is where you're purely just focusing on the software, where you're a software company. You don't provide any services whatsoever. It's just, here's the software, like a Zoom or like HubSpot or something along those lines. So if you're super new to Go High Level, then the cool part and the unique opportunity here is that you can white label Go High Level, which means you pay them $4.97 a month. You take their software, you put your own brand and logo on it, and now you can resell it to as many people as you want, and you keep the profit. And it helps people get in the SaaS game without having to do any coding or hire a development team or any of the complex stuff. So it sounds super sexy, but there are a lot of cons to doing this model. There's also some pros. The problem I see with most people starting out, though, is they don't know how to create an offer. Like, they don't know how to solve a specific problem. They just get lost in all the features of Go High Level. They get overwhelmed, and then they try to sell it to someone else, and they just feature dump all over that person on the sales call. And now that person's overwhelmed. And then you end up with objections like, cool, sounds great. Let me think about it. Right. So we got to get clear on what you're offering. And when it comes to offer, like, simplicity is king. Right? You don't want to offer a bunch of things. Oh, I could do this and that and this. No, you want to focus on one problem you are solving to get them in the door. Once they're in the door, you can go ahead and show them the other features. You can get them on board with all the other cool stuff that High Level does. But one of the best problems to solve is speed to lead, right? How fast are you getting to those leads? Like, this is a huge problem for any business out there, right? So if you can solve this problem, which Go High Level does, and you can focus purely on this problem, then you have a solid offer. And this is one of my favorite offers to package because, like I said, most people struggle with this. Like, I talk to gym owners and dentists. That's who we serve. And it's like, usually they don't respond to leads within the same hour. They don't respond to leads within the same day. Usually, sometimes it's like next day. So I get to help them understand with statistics, like, hey, did you know, like, if you don't respond to a lead within the first 5 minutes, like, your chances of scheduling them drop by like 800%, something crazy like that. I forget the exact stat, but I have it written down somewhere. But anyway, you want to use stats to build awareness around this problem, help them understand how much business they are missing out on because they don't have a system, right? They don't have a system to follow up with their leads effectively. They're trying to do it manually, which is sucking their time. Let's say they're, home services and they're out on the road all the time and they're missing calls, right? If they're missing calls, you can simply explain, like, hey, how many calls do you miss? Okay, you miss a couple calls a day. What do you think that person is going to do if they don't hear back from you right away? Like, what do you normally do? Like, yeah, you just go on to the next Google search listing, right? And you call the next person. If you need an AC fixed, you're not going to wait, right? If you're in pain, you need, dental emergency services, like, you're not going to wait, right? So if you miss a call and you don't get back to them for a day, likely that you lost out on that potential client or customer. Wouldn't you agree? Right. Awesome. So the cool part about our system is we have missed call text back. So whenever you miss a call, our AI is going to text them and it's going to start a conversation with them. It's going to find out exactly what they're looking for. And then it's going to book them into a consultation, all without you having to do anything. Like, do you see how that would help you, not miss out on a lot of business there? So that's kind of really how you want to structure that conversation. So as you see here, the offer we're packaging is all geared to solve one problem, speed to lead. And then you can take this to their website, right? So let's say they have a dental website. They're getting a ton of traffic, but they don't even have a website. They don't have a chatbot on there. Or if they do have a chatbot, it's not AI driven. So this is really huge for dentists, right? That we serve. They have a website, people come on and they leave. So we like to gather their traffic information if we can and just show them like, dude, you got this many visits to your website. Like, don't you think you can convert a lot of these into appointments? Because when people come to your website, they don't always want to call, right? If it's late, they don't want to call. And especially in this day and age, people just like to have a conversation over text. So if we put this little chatbot on your website, don't you think you convert at least like 5 to 10 new patients a month or based on your traffic? So we just show them the power of AI, that it can turn all of these website visitors into leads, right? We're responding to them immediately within 5 minutes. And then if they are running Facebook ads, we show them really how much opportunity they're missing out. If a lead comes in and nobody's responding within 5 minutes, like they are completely dropping the ball, right? So this offer I love because it's purely geared around solving speed to lead. So I haven't ran an offer specifically just leading with this. Like, we do all of this on the back end, but I would be curious to see how this would perform if and this is probably the next project, shiny object syndrome. I know I struggle with it as well. So that's why I'm not doing this right now. But in the future, I'm going to launch a whole campaign that's purely driven off of speed to lead. And it's just pure software, because the benefits of having pure software clients are amazing. Like, I still have a ton of people that have been with me for years that I don't service. Like, they just use the software. They pay me anywhere from $197 to $397 a month, and I don't ever talk to them. The work was more front loaded, of course, but those benefits are real, where you get that stickiness, where these clients stick on with you for years, and it doesn't require any energy whatsoever from you. So I personally would love to stabilize my business with 100 more of these types of clients. And so this will be something I'll be focusing on in the future. Because if when you price something anywhere around like $300 a month for solving such a huge problem like this, it's at a low enough price point where these guys aren't going to leave. So ultimately, your target market needs to be businesses that are generating traffic already. This doesn't work if you're trying to solve a lead generation problem. If you're talking to a business that like needs a ton more leads, then this isn't going to work. It's not for them. So you got to find businesses that already are getting a lot of inbound inquiries, whether that's through like Facebook, their Facebook page, their GMB profile, they're already running ads, or they're getting a lot of phone calls. Like, those are the types of businesses that this type of offer would crush it for. All right. So here's the SaaS focused offer that I ran for about a year and a half, allowed me to get the high level gold award, which is having 100 active sub accounts, and it's launch your own ads in 3 clicks. Right. So before this, I was doing traditional Facebook ads management for gym owners. So I decided to launch this offer because I wanted to get into SaaS, right? I wanted to focus on less needy clients. I wanted to get the benefits of retention, right? And I wanted something where it was just easier to sell. That was my goal. The cool part about this offer is obviously you need Go High Level and UpHex. Search up my other videos if you don't know what UpHex is. It basically allows you to launch ads within High Level, and I'll show you that here in a second as well. But really the hooks, the angles that you use and why this is powerful is because it positions yourself against marketing agencies, which if you're running Facebook ads, like, your marketplace is most likely saturated. Gyms, dentists, it's saturated. They get hit with ads all the time, saying mostly the same stuff. So if you can come in there and differentiate yourself and be like, hey, forget these expensive marketing agencies. All you need is our AI software. Will do it all for you. You can launch ads in 3 clicks. Boom. You can do it yourself. Now you can, learn how to fish. Everything's in-house. So we're talking about affordability, which is a huge benefit. The ease of running your own ads. That's simplicity. No longer being dependent on an agency. Now you have control, right? Control over your own company. And you're selling this as a complete system, right? So once again, It is very system focused. It's not just like software, like you're selling them, hey, this is my system that I've built on top of this software. It's got everything you need to generate leads, but also to nurture those leads and turn those leads into paying members, right? So that's the result. They're getting the end result for very cheap, right? So here's one of the ads I ran that was, targeting gym owners. So 100 quality gym leads in 30 days guaranteed for less than $500 a month. This specific ad got us 56 leads. I've ran so many different types of variations. Like I said, I did this for a year. Maybe I'll do another video on this. Smash the like button and drop a comment if you would like me to create a video on really how to run ads for your agency, right? For 2024, like what's working now. Another thing I would like to mention is whenever you use my links and you sign up for Go High Level and UpX, I give you all of my UpX templates that I've used for gyms. So if you're interested in like helping gym owners, helping the gym niche, like I have like over 100 different ads that you can use to help gym owners. I'll even give you my workflows and snapshots, everything I've used to run my gym agency. I'll give that to you for free when you sign up for the Pro Go High Level software and UpX. All right. So if you use those two together, hit me up, DM me, let me know, and I'll send you the templates. So the way I priced this was $497 a month with a $1,500 setup fee. I wanted to get that setup fee so I can offset my ad spend. If you know anything about me, I've always liked to acquire clients through paid ads. That's just something I've always done, even when I was running my gym. Paid ads has been my thing. So I've always just stuck to that one channel. And if you're running paid ads, it can be expensive. So you need that cash flow up front to offset your ad spend so that you can be profitable in your first month, or at least at the very minimum, break even on your first month. Another way I started doing it was just offering 3-month plans. So I would position it as, hey, it's $1,500. I don't know why it says $1,500, but it's $1,500 every 3 months, or it's $695 a month on a month-to-month plan. So they can be on a quarterly plan or a monthly plan, which is a little more expensive. They'll save some money on the quarterly plan, which pretty much everyone took the quarterly plan because they save money. So there's a lot of positives to this model. It still works to this day. It's still a great option because of differentiation. That is just super powerful to be anytime you can separate yourself from the noise, make yourself stand out, offer a different, unique mechanism, a unique way of solving their problem. It's going to help you get more business. I definitely had a higher close rate because of the lower price point. And then once again, the pros is you're selling a system, right? You're selling a system instead of just tools. You're not just like every other high level reseller out there. You have a complete package, a system. And this is really why you need to focus on a niche. If you're just starting out, this is not the best option because then you're going to have to create ads for every type of niche. You're going to have to create new ads all the time. Just like anything, there's a ton of cons, right? There's a ton of cons to any type of business model. These are the ones I noticed was it still felt like I was doing agency work for a lot less pay. The dream was nice to have them just be hands off. I don't have to help them with anything. But the reality was, especially in the first 30 days, they had a ton of questions. It was a lot of work. And I was just getting paid less. Instead of $1,500 a month, I'm getting $500 a month. And this wasn't for everybody. This wasn't for all the clients, but it happened enough where it felt like a common thread with this business model is that people still view you as an agency because you're still solving the same problem as an agency solves. It's hard for the end user to portray you as just like a software. They still have the same expectations of you. Like we would get emails and text messages and be like, why are our ads like this? And I'm like, bro, we just give you the templates. It's your job to optimize your ads. But, and part of that is expectation setting. But at the same time, we would still set those expectations in the onboarding call. Nevertheless, they would still somehow go back to this idea that we should be doing everything for them. So that was a huge problem. Didn't like that. Doing the same amount of work, and getting paid less is just terrible, right? Because what I notice is regardless of what model you're running, what offer you're running, putting the same effort to prospect, you're still spending the same amount of money to run ads, but now you're just getting paid less, right? So all of this effort to get a lower price point, which is inevitably why I am where I am today, which is I charge $2,500 a month, where I'm more focused on quality over quantity. And that's my main offer is a higher end service, which I'll get into here in a second. But some of the other cons were lots of onboarding. We're bringing on 16 clients a month. And I had to hire more staff, which means more training that staff and more like, what the hell are you doing? Why are you doing this wrong? just headaches, right? More people, more headaches at times, unless you bring on really solid people. And it's just more moving parts, which sometimes has more stress unless you have really good systems. Oftentimes, at least for me, the people I hired, it just became a little overwhelming. I already talked about client see as an agency, and still had a high churn rate. All right. So one of the thesis statements was, my thought was that doing this SaaS type of offer, my churn rate would just be like minimal, but I still had a high churn rate. I still is pretty similar to running your standard done for you ads management. I still had the same amount of clients leaving every single month based on the same exact reasons they would leave when you're running ads for clients. Oh, these lead qualities suck. Oh, we didn't get quality leads. They're just freebie hunters, all the same nonsense you hear, which makes sense because we're solving the same problem. We're just doing it in a different way. We didn't solve the lead nurture problem. We didn't solve the sales problem. And to be fair, we didn't have a huge coaching program to help them around lead nurture. We had courses, right, to help them with lead nurture. But ultimately, my conclusion is, if I were to do this again, I don't know if I wrote this down. If I were to do this again, I'd have more coaching around like lead nurture and sales. That would be the complete package to really make this work. But what I found was, we were better off just running the ads for them because they would get better results, because a lot of these guys, they would just launch the ad once and then never look at the ad again. They expect it to work inevitably, right? But as you know, you have to optimize ads. You have to create refreshes, which is not that hard. We have a full library of ads. They just have to refresh them on a consistent basis, which people are lazy. They just didn't do it. So they didn't get as good of results. They got worse results than we were getting them, because at least we're managing the ads for them, getting them super low cost per lead. It would just make more sense for us to at least charge $9.97 a month and just run the ads for them. We still packaged it as like an AI system, but it's just the way we sold it was different. So the ads stayed the same when I'm running Facebook ads to acquire clients. It still was like an AI system, but the way I sold it and the way we packaged it, the way we delivered it was we would run the ads. Lastly, you have your service, right? Your service-oriented business, your SMMA, your social media marketing agency. This can be an umbrella for different types of services. Your website service, your SEO services, your content agency. I've never done any of that. All I've ever done is really Facebook and Instagram ads, TikTok ads, and Google ads. I've always just focused on the direct response type marketing, how to get you your best bang for your buck right now. And then more recently, we added in Google ads. So that's my experience. That's where I come from. When I think of SMMA, it's lead generation, managing that for them. So some of the key lessons here are no custom work. You definitely don't want to be doing custom work. Maybe in the beginning, only in the beginning should you be doing custom work to really figure out what you love to do, where you find your skill sets are. But eventually, you want to have everything productized. This is the only way you can ever build a self-managing agency, which is what I always talk about, which is having a team running the day-to-day so that you can be freed up to focus on your zone of genius. You can focus on your 20% and focus on, the activities that move your business forward. The only way you can do that is having a productized service, right? So for us, that's Facebook ads, that's Instagram ads. We have Invisalign we focus on, right? So we're sub-niched on Invisalign right now. These are the Invisalign offers. These are the ads we know work. We're not taking new custom requests from the client, and this is where we set expectations. This is Mr. Client, Mr. Doctor. We have these ads. We know they crush. We've helped all these other people do it, so we're not going to take custom requests, all right? Because then we would be wasting your money. So you have to set those expectations. So productized service, super important. That's why I love this business model, is because you can rinse and repeat the same ads, the same workflows, the same automations, make a few tweaks, and your team can easily manage that. You actually got to get your client results, right? And the way you do that is having your landing pages dialed in, right? So you have to be pretty decent at creating a landing page, good headline, good call to action, a good offer, right? A good offer for your client. So instead of always thinking about how can I create a better offer for my agency, how can I create a better offer on behalf of my clients? So like for, when I worked as a gym owner, Gym Launch really popularized the 6-week challenge. So that was an offer they created. Alex Hormozy created this. He didn't create the 6-week challenge. It was a different guy, Sam. Like he died. Anyway, I'm getting off track. So the 6-week challenge, right? That was an offer they created that crushed it. It showed gym owners how to collect $600 up front instead of charging your normal $100, $200 a month bootcamp type service. So that's huge. So if you can create an offer that crushes it for your clients. And you have the workflows dialed in. You have the AI, the automations all dialed in where everything makes sense. There's no errors. Your ads are good. We started creating video ads on behalf of our clients because we wanted to step up our game, right? We wanted to step up our game and not just be like every other cookie cutter agency out there. The other thing you want to take note of that I've learned over the years is you want to work with a niche that has a high ticket product or service. That's inevitably why we moved into the dental space. One, my dad was a dentist, so I helped him out a lot, which I knew the industry. And then that just helps build rapport with other dentists. And then I knew they have a high ticket product, right? Like Invisalign's $6,000. That's a high ticket product. They can afford our services. They can afford to spend money on ads. So it just makes sense. Like roofers, $50,000 roof, right? They just need one client to pay for everything, pay for their investment. Okay. You want to charge at least $1,500 a month, right? Quality over quantity here. Just think about it. If you're looking to get to $10K a month, you're going to need a lot more clients if you're just doing SaaS, right? If you're doing SaaS at, $500 a month, you need 20 clients, whereas $1,500 a month, you're there with just, under 10 clients, right? And it's just easier to manage. If you have 10 clients, it's way easier to manage. And that's what we've noticed now. We do it a little bit different. We have a call center, so we actually solve another huge problem for doctors, which is handling the leads. We do all that for them now. So we charge $2,500 a month. But you want to have a high ticket recurring revenue type of model because that gives you sustainability. That gives you more cash flow. You're able to reinvest into marketing and you don't need a ton of clients where you need to provide support to. Another big thing is you want to be able to differentiate, right? You got to be able to differentiate yourself. Like I said, market's saturated. Everyone's running the same ads. So that's why we came up with like the direct brand method. So we really teach this framework to Invisalign providers like, hey, we'll make you famous in your area for Invisalign transformations. And we use content to do that, plus paid ads, right? So we have a different approach. You always want to, everybody's running a direct offer right now. So if you go look at my feed, it's just all these agencies targeting dentists. We'll bring you 20 patients guaranteed in the next 90 days or you don't pay. It's the same old nonsense, which doctors just become blind to. So you got to be able to differentiate your offer when you're doing a standard done-for-you service like SMMA in a saturated niche, okay? So where high level comes into this is obviously you just use high level to streamline everything, right? Your workflows, the text messaging, the scheduling, everything gets done. I can't even imagine running an agency without Go High Level. Another thing is just you got to get really good at setting expectations. The first 30 days are huge because buyer's remorse is always kicking in. So you got to have a good onboarding process. You have to have a really good expectation setting. Let them know what to expect. Like, hey, in your first 30 days, this isn't a get rich quick scheme. Okay. This is an investment. This is a long-term investment. We're going to be building your brand over the next 12 months, but over the next 90 days, here's what you can expect. You should get 2 to 3 to 5 patients your first month, and then it's going to continue to pick up steam. All right. So start low, right? Don't overpromise and underdeliver. Definitely underpromise and overdeliver if you're going to lean in one direction. And then if you've looked into this SMMA model and you're like, oh, I don't know how to run Facebook ads or Google ads, literally it's not hard. Like you can learn this stuff in a weekend. There's YouTube courses on it. For my affiliates, I have a full course on how to get client results. So it's super simple. It's not hard. Don't let that hold you back. You can learn this stuff and that can literally be the thing stopping you from making $1,500 a month compared to $500 a month. Then learn the skill, right? You're in this digital marketing space. You should learn the skill of advertising. It's going to pay you dividends in the long run. And the other fallacy is like retention just sucks for any SMMA. And in general, that's kind of true, right? Compared to SEO, where people are going to stick with you for years. I still have clients that have been with me for years. That's not the norm, but you can still have high retention. It's like if you're getting results and you set expectations and you're finding other problems to solve for them, you can have high retention. You can keep clients for years. And ultimately, the sexy part of SMMA is you're selling them the dream vacation. It's less work for them. You're selling them your expertise. So you're going to get to your result faster and we're going to do all the work. Like, of course, that sounds amazing. And that's why we added in a call center, because we noticed the problem that we were having with these doctors was, their front staff was getting overwhelmed. And we decided to add this in. Now, I wouldn't recommend this for when you're just starting out because it is complex. You have to have the right team. You got to be able to manage that team. You have to have the right systems. All I can say is you definitely don't want to hire overseas for that call center job, right? And then ultimately, you can always downsell SaaS. This is what we do. We've been doing this for 5 years. Anybody that wants to quit, like, hey, you can keep the software. It's only $197 a month. The majority of people that quit, if we did a good job on the onboarding and getting them integrated to those other features like chatbot, right? Incorporating the AI chatbot. That's one thing that's on their website. Now that's sticky. If they're seeing benefits there, boom. If you have reputation management, boom. Now they're going to be sticky on SaaS. So whenever they leave your services, they stop your services, they're going to keep the software because they're already getting results and it's cheap enough. So here's the last one I have not run, but I love the idea of. I have a friend that's doing this, coaching plus SaaS, right? So coaching is huge, coaching plus community, right? Because if you can get a bunch of gym owners, they're all like-minded, they're all here for the same reason. Now it's not just about you, but your community can help each other out as well. So now you have this living and breathing organization that's not just dependent upon you. Everyone's helping each other out. There's a ton of synergy, right? And you can work with them more closely to get a more comprehensive result. Okay. You're not just helping them with ads, but you're helping them with their sales. You're helping them with their lead nurture. And one of the other parts that I love about this is the responsibility is on them. Okay. As long as you're good at not creating a codependent relationship, the dynamic of this business model is you're coaching, consulting them. Okay. You're not doing it for them. When you're doing everything for them, oftentimes the reaction when things go wrong is it's your fault. As the agency owner, it's your fault, which makes sense. In the coaching dynamic, the coaching business model, you're there to help them, right? You're not ultimately responsible for their business success. Okay. So when you're offering coaching, the whole pitch is around the coaching offer. It's not about the software. The software is a secondary thing. And that's how you pitch it is you're leading with coaching. You're leading with this is how we're going to help you through this community, through this coaching. We're going to meet with you every week in a group dynamic, but you're also going to get a free trial to our software. And then you can call it whatever you want to call it. And then you can let them know what's all on the software, right? You're going to get done for you funnels, landing pages, templated ads that we found that worked. You're going to get free 30 days and then it's only $297 a month. And that's like a separate thing, right? But the core offer is your coaching. So in order to do this though, you definitely got to be an expert. You have to have had results. The ways I've seen people do this, it doesn't mean you necessarily have had to run a med spa in the past, or you've had to be a doctor in the past. You just really need to have your systems dialed in for sales, lead nurture, and have the ability to coach and the ability to lead people. All right. So it's definitely a more advanced type of model, but this is like what I'm doing now with agency owners. I help coach agency owners and I have a specific framework to get them to a specific result. I have the roadmap. Here's what you need to do in your first 16 weeks to get you to 10K a month. Right. So I can do that because I have so much experience in it. All right. So there are a couple ways you can price it. This is not a in-depth. This is just an overview of the business model, but 2 ways that I've seen it done is you can either do like a low ticket. You can have both. A weekly, community for $99 a week. It's a group coaching session. They get all the modules, weekly group calls with you. And then if they want more access, they can upgrade and it's $500 a week. They're still in the community dynamic, but that's just more access to you one-on-one. You can take that all the way up to $1,000 a week that I've seen and then some, right? The sky's the limit there. And that's why I love this model because you can have super high margins, right? Like literally you can run this with one man and get up to 90K a month and it's just be like 90% profits, right? So that's the appeal of the coaching and community side of things. It's just less dependent upon other people, right? So that would be the cons, I guess. It's still all dependent upon you. But if you build the model right, it doesn't require a ton of time. So if you made it to the end, congratulations. If you're still here, definitely hit the like button. It helps me feel good about myself. It helps the YouTube algorithm push out this video to help other people. If you like the content, subscribe. And then just drop a question. If you have any questions, drop one below in the comment section. Happy to help. Until then, we'll see you on the next video.